And now, perfecting the dip pot technique. To ensure easy removal of the wax pattern, apply a coat of dye lube. Blot the excess off with a tissue. Use a soft red pencil to go over the margin before you dip for quality assurance. When you have a deep shoulder, use the brushing wax to completely impression the dye. Plunge the dye quickly into the wax reservoir 2 millimeters past the margin and hold for 1 to 2 seconds. Withdraw slowly and uniformly. Apply a collar with Galileo sculpturing wax. Go through the lingual collar with a spatula to create a finishing line for the porcelain. Re-wet the dip wax along the margin of the die with a hot number 7 spatula using short back and forth strokes. Do not add or subtract wax in this area. This readapts the wax, giving it an excellent adaptation to the margin. Hot trim the margins with a half Hollenbach instrument. This eliminates the wax underneath the margin while simultaneously heat sealing the margin. This method provides optimum marginal integrity by eliminating stress and the need to cut back and flow margin wax. Carefully trim the wax flashing off with a barred Parker knife. Remove the coping, gently grip the coping and pull to release the seal. Once the coping has gone from translucent to opaque, push the coping back on the die to eliminate distortion. Relax your fingers by shaking your hand for a second. This prevents tense fingers from crushing the side walls of the wax pattern. Galileo brushing wax can be used before or after you dip, creating a perfect marriage with Galileo dip pot wax. As demonstrated, we are using it before we dip to accurately pick up retention grooves. After the dip takes place, the brushing wax works together to make a perfect impression of the die. We then use Galileo sculpturing wax to construct a 4-unit bridge. The sculpturing wax stays in place and does not slump when putting the connectors together. We also apply the sculpturing wax to the linguals to form a lingual collar. Again, the technician can easily place the sculpturing wax on the lingual without it running or slumping. It stays in place perfectly. It is imperative that the hot pot is set at a very high temperature when using Galileo brushing wax, as the wax will cool as it is carried to the work. We can easily use the brushing wax to build up pontics to the ideal contour without causing stress or strain on the parent Galileo wax. Once this technique is mastered, it is as easy as stacking porcelain.